Hello everyone, Paul Striggedy here. I know it's been a while, but just going to make a short video today discussing the options for investing if a person were only to have $100 to invest. Impetus for this video is be on a panel discussion representing a real estate investment cooperative, um, and we're discussing socially responsible investing in the community. And one of the questions that I didn't have as much experience with relative to the others was investing at the $100 level. Personally, I do invest with Vanguard funds. I do invest with Betterment. I've always added money to my 401ks when that was an option at different employers and what have you. And having worked in brokerage, I've kind of had an interest um, ever since I graduated from college. Unfortunately, when I was making the Myers-Briggs videos, I wasn't able to really discuss that, as my employer through most of that period was regulated by FINRA, and there were so many forms for everything. So I mean, basically, you just weren't supposed to discuss brokerage products, any sort of investments outside of work. You were limited into what kind of trading platforms you could use, or I remember looking at like Trade King would have been not an option. I was able to get Betterment. I was able to get my own Betterment account as an exception, but that took bureaucracy in and of itself to get. So back to the point is, if you were only to have $100 to invest, I think there are a lot of options in today's market that just weren't there, 5, 10, 15 years ago. I personally do use Betterment. That you get 25 basis point fees, you've got no minimums, you've got access to Roth and IRA accounts. There are other options out there. I came across Wealthsimple. It was a very interesting platform that I can't say I use, but they did have a good handful of socially responsible funds that they allowed investments in. Once again, you're looking at no minimums, and you have a 50 basis point, so a 0.5% annual fee. Really, those are some pretty cheap options. I was also surprised by Robinhood. Robinhood is an essentially free stock trading platform. So instead of being a mutual fund driven robo advisor, you are actively trading the stock market, which may not be well advised. However, I mean, not having any buy side fees and the regulated minimum fees on the sell side basically makes it a essentially free means of trading stocks. So I found that really interesting, and the thought that somebody actually could invest $100 without a broker taking 4 or 5% of that just in the annual fees mixed with a statement or annual account minimum fee or anything else like that. And realistically, a lot of those could even be like $15, $20. So there are a lot of options in the market today. If I were actually advising or giving advice on how somebody might invest $100 if they were just starting to invest, for the first the start of their investing portion of their career, I would heavily encourage them to look at investing in a traditional IRA or 401k through their employer. And I think that one of the things that even people, once they've been saving for a while and have tens of thousands or more invested, often miss in thinking about is how important the tax savings of your investment really is. You can spend a lot of time, micromanaging how $1,000 or $5,000 is invested and have less impact over the year than if you had just made sure that you put your 5,500 every year into your traditional IRA and taken the tax savings from that. So, I mean, really maximizing your tax impact is first and foremost while you're building your nest egg. I I mean, I think it takes a long time before. I think the rock has to start rolling quite a ways down the hill before it really matters. That people would be actively investing or trying to seek any sort of alpha if there is alpha to be sought, and without getting into any of the research as to how reasonable it is to think that people might, statistically speaking or consistently speaking, I guess, beat the market. So, just kind of curious if anybody has any other thoughts on some of the $100, $1,000 investing strategies or platforms, options, what have you out there. Just shoot me a comment, and I hope you enjoyed the video.